back to our backyard garden. My name is Leigh, if this is your first time stopping here. Today I am starting some fall seeds. It is currently August 2nd. I can't even believe it. I'm sitting here getting assaulted by cicada-killing wasps still, and I'm trying to get a good healthy start to my brassicas this year. This year for spring brassicas, I almost made it. I almost made it with Brussels sprouts and cauliflower, you guys. I got a little bit of broccoli, but man, right now, my red and green Brussels sprouts that I managed to get to hold on are being decimated by harlequin beetles. And when I tell you there are multiple beetles present on every single sprout, I'm so disgusted. I mean, you really can't put anything down for them. So we're trying to find our way with that. So I think I'm resigning myself to just not doing spring brassicas because it's just so much heartache, and I keep sowing seed, I keep wasting starting soil. So this year I'm just going to concentrate on fall. So a lot of this stuff you're supposed to direct sow, but it's, you know, they want specific temperatures. If I put it out too soon, the squash bugs are going to get to it, right? So, because we have an epic invasion of squash bugs right now. So we must have missed some eggs. We have the little gray-blue babies all over all the zucchini. What a nightmare. So I don't want to plant out winter squash while all that's going on. So I just need a little bit more time for those bugs to die off. So all these seeds say it's not recommended to start butternut squash, acorn squash, all that type of stuff in advance. It says to direct sow it, but obviously I can't because some of it is 110 days to maturity. So that will put me into January or February if I wait. So I have to get it started. I'm only going to do a few. I want to see what happens. We're in a place of discovery. So I'm going to show you a few varieties that I'm getting started. So right now this tray behind me is just the 4-packs, the little 4-pack cells that I get, and I save them. I really have to invest in good seed starting packets, which I meant to do this year, but I never got around to it yet. So I went ahead and grabbed my stuff. I make my own potting soil, which is just potting soil, peat moss, and some perlite, and it works out great. It stays nice and moist, and it doesn't attract gnats. So I'm actually going to start these. There's your airplane, Dusty. Right on time. I'm going to take these inside and keep them in a climate controlled kitchen because it's around 70 to 75 degrees in the kitchen. So I'm going to keep these exposed where there's just enough light and just enough warmth to keep the soil warm, but not too hot that they would bolt. So wow, is this ever a juggling act, you guys, with climate change and living in a place where our seasons, where we have 4 seasons, you know. So anyway, I started, let me show you what I did. I have several types of seeds here. I'm doing from Baker Creek, the green cauliflower. This cauliflower, I almost got that to grow. It almost made it, but the bugs got it. This amazing cauliflower from Baker Creek, I actually got this one to go full size several times. This is a beautiful cabbage, but it does bolt and the bugs do like it. So this year I'm also doing a bunch of red cabbages. So from M.I. Gardner, I ordered the Mammoth Red. I have from Botanical Interest, this one is called Red Acre Red Cabbage. And we eat red cabbage raw every day in our salad. So there's, you know, a lot of benefits to eating raw red cabbage. Your stomach does get used to it. And this Tete Noir, which is better for colder climates. So this is a good autumn variety. So I've got only 4 of each of these guys. So there's cauliflower and cabbage. I did from M.I. Gardner, Early Jersey Wakefield from trying for the first time, and from Botanical Interest I'm doing 1 kilo slow bolt Napa. So that's in the ground. I also have some Golden Beauty Chinese cabbage from Baker Creek. So, and it, you know, you can see I went ahead and I have one seed in each cell because these things grow really, really big and they need square footage to grow. So if you're going to grow cabbage, make sure you have the space to do it, because they're, even though the head might be small, they get big, giant, wide leaves. So they want to spread out. If you overcrowd them, you're just not going to be very successful at it. So I have one seed in each cell, and this is my first starter pack. So I have cauliflower and lots of different cabbages, but with just 4 of each, I won't be overwhelmed. Hopefully in another week or 2, I'll go ahead and start some more cauliflower and see if we can get that started. Now, I'm finding the Brussels sprouts to be so extraordinarily frustrating. Year after year, I try to grow Brussels sprouts, and either I wait because it's too hot outside, and then they don't mature and snow comes or freeze. When I plant them in the spring, I can't get them into the ground because the ground isn't workable, so I have to wait. And then by the time I get them in and they're almost ready, the harlequin beetles come. So again, this is a crazy juggling act, and this season is weird. I don't know, I sense that we're gonna have a long extended fall this year and that it's just gonna come on early. Temperatures are really beautiful here today. It's only in the 80s, it's low humidity, it's everything that you want summer to be. But after just going through the emotional meltdown with the heat dome and how bad it, you know, it breaks me, you know, I'm going to be more mindful at this now, so that I'm not spending so much time doing this just to waste my time. So I have to go with the flow and figure out what the earth wants, and you know, I have to have the courage to continue on so I can find out what it is, what I have to do here in this specific microclimate, and then I can make my way with it and be successful. And I'm not going to stop trying until these seeds are gone. And I've set my limit here with it. If I have not been successful by the time these seed packs are empty, I'm not going to go back to that variety. Some people just can't grow brassicas. You have cabbage loopers, you have squash bugs. It's a nightmare. I'm going to keep trying though. So that's my first start off. I am going to do 4 red Brussels sprouts and 4 green gronagers in another container. I'm also going to do 2 types of broccoli today. And then I have to get out and I have to fertilize tomatoes. I have to work on my pepper debacle that happened. It's been quite a day. So I'm going to take you for a walk back into the garden as I watch a Chinese spotted lanternfly fluttering and landing on my tomatoes. Epic pest pressure this year. So I'm going to give these cabbages a spritz of water. I'm going to take them in the house and hope I don't get assaulted by a cicada killing wasp. And then we'll go look at some really bad brassica pest pressure, and you can get an idea what it looks like when summer pest pressure happens on late season brassicas. Here's something I wanted to show you guys. I've been reusing these little plastic cups I bought in the grocery store several years ago. Now that date is from 2022, but I actually bought them well before that, and I've used them over and over and over again. These are a perfect size to start something. We just went ahead and we put a single hole in the bottom. And as long as you can find a container to put these in that's flat, you can fill these up with starting soil, and they work great. I've germinated stuff very successfully in them. You know, they can get a little topple heavy if you don't have them in a good container and you're trying to, you know, move them around as you water them. But putting a hole in the bottom allows you to, you know, water them from the bottom, and it's a perfect amount of soil. And I know that the broccoli and the Brussels sprouts, cauliflower, flowers, all kinds of stuff will grow successfully in them. So it's something to consider if you're trying to buy some seed starting supplies on a budget. So now it's about 12:15 in the afternoon. It is a really, really beautiful summer day. And gosh, if I could order up a summer day, it would be this every single time. It's no humidity. So I had to take the birds into the house because the cicada killers were so bad. They were literally attacking the birds. So they don't attack with their stinger. They can sting and they will sting, and they can put you into a hospital. They can kill a big man. So they just terrorize basically and intimidate. So now I brought you back here. There you go. You can see me a little bit better. I'm back here where I've planted my brassicas and my cucumbers. And my cucumbers, I like everybody else out there this year, you guys, my cucumbers are really suffering. I'm getting one or two here and there, but like I've said in another video, I'm usually harvesting 20 cucumbers a day. So I'm going to sow some more seed, even though these plants are hanging on. I don't know what's going on. I'm getting one or two cucumbers here or there, but I like to eat at least 6 cucumbers a week. And in cucumber season, I like to have a lot more than that. So, but anyway, I'm not here to talk to you about cucumbers. I'm here to talk to you about the decimation of my brassicas that the harlequin beetles got. So I hope bugs don't bother you guys. I'm about to show you something really terrible. Now, while I didn't really expect that these brassicas were going to actually make it, they showed some promise. And then this happened. You can see all of the bugs climbing all over them, the holes. Now I want you to look inside on the stalk. Every single sprout has these disgusting harlequin beetles. Oh, I am so upset. So, you know, the good news about having these plants right now where this infestation is that all the harlequin beetles are going to these brassicas. So it is, now my brassicas have become a trap crop. And I'm disgusted, but it's time to lift them out now. Now that we feel like the swarm has gone to the brassicas, we're going to go ahead and we'll remove these, and the harlequin beetles will just stay attached once we are in the process of ripping the plants out. But these are like some of the most absolutely disgusting bugs. They have a very hard shell. They're a major nuisance. So anyway, I'm not really getting any luck with brassicas. I mean, I'm going to try. I'm going to keep trying. So now I'm realizing, look, I have Kajari melons, and I'm going to have to go grab the cup of death because the harlequin beetle is now on my Kajari melon. So there has to be an end to this. So I finally got a decent Kajari melon, and I've grown these before. I don't know if you guys are growing Kajari melons or if you're curious about them, but gosh, I have them on the most sturdy true cattle panel now, whereas last time I had them on just hog panel. But these are they taste like pear candy. I don't know, you know, if you've ever had one before. Have you ever had those little pear candies? They come in a tin, and I can't remember what they're called, but it's like a black tin, and sometimes it's raspberry fruit, and sometimes they have lemon or citrus, but they also have pear flavor. It's one of my most favorite hard candies. Now I feel like I need to go get some, but that's what Kajari melons taste like. True pear candy, really, really delicious. But they do attract a lot of bugs when you're growing them. So, all right, I'm gonna go get the cup of death and get that harlequin beetle off of my Kajari melons real quick. So it turns out that I think I have at least 3 Kajari melons that I'm spotting. So here's another one. And then I saw another little baby there. So, and there's another little fuzzy baby that I saw somewhere, but my eyes play tricks on me with these things. But gosh, even my dragon egg cucumbers, which normally produce massive amounts, they are just not producing. I got one so far. So frustrating. So I think these cucumber plants are going to bounce back. You can see I have a couple little guys, and they've been so delicious. They're just not very many. Oh, now there's harlequin beetles on my cucumber plants. So the little birds have gotten in here and totally like annihilated. Look what they did to my cosmos bed. All the cosmos is laying down into the walkway, which isn't a problem. It just needs to be hoisted up. It's just a matter of doing it. I don't really care because the cosmos is so beautiful. And look at the beautiful nasturtium over there. It's just a matter of getting out here and doing it. So it gets a little overwhelming. Lots to do, you guys. Lots to take care of with a wild summer garden. So I'm going to be pulling out the rest of this buckwheat because the birds are just making too much of a mess. We're gonna let this beautiful zinnia and Cosmos garden take over, and you can see that the tomato plants are trellising all the way up. We've got a little bit more staking to do, but wow, great news. The Parks Whoppers, got brandywines, all with beautiful buds. And look, up here, talk about overachievers. This is Hungarian Heart, Abe Lincoln, and Classic Beef, all reaching way up over the top of the trellis. This is just amazing. Oh my gosh, look at those giant tomatoes back there. So everything is recovering from the last episode of heat. It's a little dry now. The grass is all turning brown again already. It doesn't seem to take long. I don't know how anything can survive in these extreme conditions now. I mean, it's just a lot. So I better get everything watered again today and take in my brassicas that I started and get them into cooler temperatures so that we can actually have some hope of growing something. I'm going to show you what else I put in another container so you can get an idea of everything that I'm trying to start in advance. So this round here I'm just doing in my little trusty cups. Some of this stuff you can use the biodegradable pots, but I find that they get moldy. So I'm not going to risk putting these things in the biodegradable pots, but I know these things are direct sow, but I'm starting everything because I'm trying something different. So I have snow peas, snap peas, regular peas, honey nut squash, butternut squash, acorn squash, 2 types of broccoli, Brussels sprouts, a whole gang of cabbage. There's cauliflower, broccoli, I don't know if I said broccoli. Now, next I have to do all of my kale and all of my celery, but I'm going to have to leave that for another time because my day is getting away from me. So I have to go in, and I have all my tomatoes that I roasted in advance out on the counter coming to room temperature, and I'm going to start a big pot of gravy, which I should have done 3 hours ago, but this was weighing on me, so I had to get this done. I am also harvesting today. I have to go out and fertilize everything because it's just been too hot. Here's where I am with fertilizing stuff. If it's so hot and your blossoms are falling off, the last thing that you want to do is promote blossom growth on things like tomatoes when the heat's just going to drop them. So I wait for the temperature to change, and then when I know I'm going to have a good rain coming, and then I'll give them a round of fertilizer that will last anywhere. I have a 3-month fertilizer, and I have a 30-day tomato fertilizer. So some of them are going to get 30 days and some of them are going to get 3 months because it depends on the variety. So I'm not going to bother to fertilize any of my Roma tomatoes though, because they're just about done now. So we'll actually be pulling them out of the ground. So anyway, there's always so much going on here, you guys. I'm starting to scratch again because the mosquitoes are out. So if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, we sure hope that you will do so. Please hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. Thank you so much to everyone who's supporting us and following along with us. We're really enjoying getting to know all of you and sharing conversations in the comments. So anyway, you guys, thanks again for planting brassica seeds with me today, and I'll see you in the next video.